All right, so we're now going to do some free agent signings here in the NFL. It was a big day for the Jacksonville Jaguars yesterday, talking about Monday. We're simply going to go, I'm going to play a little game with you. So I'm going to just bring up some of these guys, and I'm just going to ask you to give a grade, A through F, on what your personal opinion is on some of these signings from yesterday. So I want to make it a little, let's start easy here. I think we can start easy here, and we'll start with your Birds signing
A++. A++.
Hassan Reddick.
A++. Played at the best Temple team of all time.
You look at that front four now, brother.
Played for listen to this. Played for the best Temple team of all time. Got drafted in the first round at the draft that was hosted in Philadelphia. He's now playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. Full circle moment, getting paid 40 M's. A++. Let's get it. Yeah, we love our full circle moments, boys. We love them.
That's right. And he's going to be there for a little while.
Thanks.
All right. Next one. Mitchell Trubisky signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This helps me, though, because as a Giants fan, there was rumors that he was going to be signed to compete with Daniel Jones for the starting role as a quarterback here on the New York Giants. And now we know that. What does this mean? Does this still mean the Steelers are going to go after Kenny Pickett? Or are we just going to sit and ride with Mitch Trubisky?
I give it a B. I mean, at this point with Mitch Trubisky, you don't got to pay him extra money. You don't got to do all the extra shit with him. Like it's a win-win situation in my opinion. They obviously are not trying to go in the future with Dwayne Haskins or even Mr. I'm gonna get hit over the head with a helmet, but they probably still draft Kenny Pickett. It's someone right beside him that's like, hey, this guy's been in the league, he's been in the playoffs, he's had a good season. It's a great, in my opinion, at this point, Mitch Trubisky's a really good backup quarterback to have on your team because he's gonna push your starter, young guy starter. Same. I don't know, I'm going to talk too far, but I've had the same feeling about the Teddy Bridgewater signing. It's like, hey, we know you got some talent, young guy, but we're going to get a guy who's been a perennial starter that can light a fire under your ass. And I think Mitch Trubisky at this point, that's who he is during the end of his career. I mean, get on the team here and there, it's going to be ass, he'll start, but I think he's going to be a guy that's going to be like, listen, Justin Fields, Kenny Pickett, Tua, young guys like that. I'm here to light a fire on your ass and help you out a little bit.
And let's see what he's able to put out. Moving on now to Chase Edmonds agreeing to terms with the Miami Dolphins. I personally think this is a great move for them. I don't know what I would really give it. I think I'd give it a B-.
No, I would give it a B. I think it's just wildly ironic, Dolphins front office, that after we get exposed for trying to pay to lose games, we're just making great signings now. We signed Emmanuel Ogbah and we signed Chase Edmonds. Like, hey, something's just ironic here. We weren't doing this for a couple years. Good job, guys.
Good on you guys.
Now we're trying to win football games.
Okay, moving on to this one should be an easy one here. Chargers signing former New England Patriot J.C. Jackson.
Yeah, Mr. INT. It's a great signing. A++.
Yeah, huge.
They got Khalil Wright too. Oh God, that's something they needed too, because I really like J.C. Jackson next to Asante Samuel Jr. I think he'll help mentor him and just be another way to solidify him, because he was kind of getting targeted at the end of the year just because he's a young guy. Yeah, he's the number one corner, probably the best corner on the team, but he was just a young guy. We're going to target him. J.C. Jackson being there with him solidifies that secondary.
Beefing up the Chargers, man.
Beefing up the Chargers defense, something that they need badly.
Derwin James, they played high school ball together.
Yeah, that's crazy too. I saw the picture that he posted. I had the Chargers slide out as a third best team in the West after the Russell Wilson signing. I'm bumping them back up to 2. Both from that defense back up. They're right back up to 2. That division is going to be crazy though.
You just mentioned Teddy Bridgewater. He's obviously, we know that since Russell Wilson's there, his job's pretty much finished, but he was able to sign with the Dolphins. I don't know what this means. We've seen how Tua has been inconsistent with his injuries. So is he gonna come in and play on games that
they've
Tua
never
can't?
I mean, they have never once shown any type of just like
QB1.
Exactly. Tua's the guy. Like, it kind of even, and this is no slight to Jalen Hurts, but it's even kind of crazy to me how much faster Jalen Hurts got the QB1 nod than Tua has.
100%.
I mean, they had Jacoby Brissett there breathing down his neck the whole time. Jacoby Brissett's getting starts. He's getting started on Monday Night Football. Like, when Tua's healthy, this is crazy. And you think, all right, Tua, is this going to be your year? You're healthy. Like, we heard they were trying to lose games and shit. I don't know.
I'm giving
and
this
they
a
still
B.
bring in a guy like Teddy Bridgewater that could easily take Tua's job. They don't have a lot of confidence in Tua. Maybe I might be too high on him. Maybe he might be a little rated. I don't know. I think Tua can spin that shit.
I'm going to give it a B just because.
Yeah, I'll give it a B.
Just because we don't know, like we've been saying, we don't know what the QB1 situation is going to be.
Or maybe because I'll even give it a B+ for the sole fact that, like, if Tua is, he's shown us that he's kind of playing on paper as ligaments and joints. So, no offense, but there's not many guys I'd rather have behind him than Teddy B. So I'll give it a B+.
The next one here, the Jaguars decided to empty millions and millions of dollars. Christian Kirk signing yesterday, making an absolute fat check for 4 years with the Jaguars. I'm giving this a C. He is I really should go lower. He's a wide receiver 2 at best. Hopefully he proves me wrong, but I don't see why this was the guy when you have guys like Odell Beckham in free agency that we could try to go see if we could go hammer down and try to go get some better guys. I don't see why Christian Kirk was the guy that you wanted to sign for and essentially a max deal with a shitload of money. I don't see it.
Listen, the Jaguars made 2 crazy moves at wide receiver. They got Christian Kirk and Zay Jones, which I like, but I think they overpaid a little bit for him too.
But you don't want to sign DJ Chark?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what?
And it's just wild to me. And Christian Kirk, like, very productive year. Like, I'm not gonna. I mean, he's in a very fortunate situation with D Hop there, AJ Green. I mean, God, Murray's your quarterback. Obviously, you're gonna have that kind of production. But I'm one of my more favorite players. But it's just kind of crazy to me now that guys like him are getting 100 M's. Jalen Ramsey's locking him down. Darius Slay's locking him down. J.C. Jackson's locking him down. These guys are getting paid more than. I mean, Zay Jones is getting paid more than a lot of corners. That is crazy to me. I just hope. I'm not trying to throw slight and shade to Zay Jones or Christian Kirk, none of that. I just want to see my corners get a pay raise as long as these wide receivers, because I mean these guys are literally they're getting paid more than guys they lock down, or paid less than guys they lock down every Sunday easy. Hey, there's only a couple wide receivers in the league that can really take advantage of guys like Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, J.C. Jackson, Xavier Howard. Like these guys are getting paid a little bit more. J.C. Jackson got a big payday, which is huge. I saw Quandre Diggs got a big payday too. He got like 40 M's. Like, thank you. Let's start seeing these corners get paid, man. Because getting guys like Christian Kirk get 100 M's to me is just.
Yeah, I had to give that one a C. Let's just keep it with the Jaguars here. Jaguars also yesterday signing former Giants tight end Evan Ingram. I'm going to give this one a B-. I should really be on the C here.
I'm giving D+ all around.
I think he can somewhat better his career and go on a new team. Everything's new, fresh slate, clean slate. See what we can do with a young quarterback out of Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to give it a B-. I should give it a C+, C-, something like that. But I just think Evan has a great opportunity to turn things around here. That's all.
Yeah, D+ is all around for me for every single one of their signings. I mean, we're playing for players that aren't that good. We've seen players expose themselves throughout the years we're paying for them.
Evan does not have hands, but again, I'm banking on the fact that he can turn things around.
He's super talented. I mean, the body you want, speed you want, everything, but it has been able to put it together. And I mean, listen, there was no. I could probably think of one worse spot in the league to be in besides New York in the past couple of years, and so I gotta give him a little bit of leeway. But I mean, hopefully
this is gonna make it spicy for the Giants though, because they have no tight end right now because they let go of Kyle Rudolph. But here's my thing: with the draft coming up, are we really gonna waste a pick on a tight end when they did the exact same thing years ago with Evan Ingram? I don't see that happening. Yeah. So you're gonna go find somebody in free agency?
Yeah. Evan Ingram was the pick though, but I don't know. The guys actually don't have a tight end. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, because I thought they were gonna keep. I thought they were gonna keep both of them. To be honest, shit ton of linemen, which is good. I'll tell you that. All right, so this one here is C.J. Uzomah signing on a 3-year deal with the New York Jets, leaving Joe Burrow and the Bengals. I'm gonna give this one an A. For the Jets. This is a great signing here. You got Braxton Berrios back yesterday. Yeah. So I think, I don't know, like this is not going to change the outcome of what the Jets are going to do this season. They're still in a immense amount of rebuilding stage. But I do think here, this is a great signing for them and some dude that's going to be very productive for Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I'd give it like a B+. This is what happens when teams make the Super Bowl, make runs. Like, your guys get paid. It's just unfortunate that it happens like that. Right. I like CJ. I just think another guy going from a really, really great spot for them, going to a spot that might not be as favorable, but he could be getting more targets and whatsoever. But, I mean, I think he definitely ate off the fact that Jamar Chase was there, T. Higgins was there. I mean, we'll see. I think right now I'll give it a B. That's subject to change because, I mean, he could be Zach Wilson's security blanket for the years to come, and he could be a star that we didn't even really know because he was behind Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. So I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a B+.
Next one here, let's head over to the Cleveland Browns. They signed Amari Cooper and then days later got rid of Jarvis Landry. We know what happened with Jarvis Landry. There's tweets saying that he did everything he could. He kept everything to himself, but the Browns organization kind of failed him in some way, shape, or form that we aren't really going to know officially why. But there were some injuries that went on with Jarvis Landry. So he's gone, so that means Amari Cooper is the number one guy. What do you think about the Amari Cooper signing, and was it smart to let Jarvis go?
You know what's funny? I'm gonna give both those moves absolute failing grade. Like Jarvis Landry is and was the heart and soul of that team and what the Cleveland Browns was for the past couple of years. If you're trying to do anything about culture rebuilding, you know what I mean? We're trying to turn this thing around here. People don't even believe in our fucking quarterback. I mean, as a coach, I look like an idiot sometimes. If there was one guy that all Brownies fans could lean their hat on, it was Jarvis Landry. And just seeing how they treat him kind of gives you everyone that follows the league and like, why does the Browns always suck? And why is it because when shit starts from the top down, if your shit stinks up here, no matter how many great players you sign, you can give me Davian Clowney, give me OBJ, you can give me, it doesn't matter who you give me. If my shit stinks up here, it's going to trickle down. And this is just exposing the Browns front office. I think it's a horror. And you bring him in. Oh, God. How much do they pay Amari Cooper?
I can find out right now.
God.
I literally can find out right now.
And this is no shade to Amari Cooper either. I don't got the numbers. It's all good. They pay a lot for him, though. You had to pay a lot for Amari Cooper. There's just no shade to Amari Cooper, though, but I just feel like this is a step down from Jarvis Landry. And honestly, if you ask me, I don't know what the situation was there, but I think Jarvis would have possibly taken less than Amari to get more guys in there for the Browns. I think until wherever went sour in that front office, I think he was all Browns, so that shit went down.
Well, he did, and his Twitter header still has the picture of him and Odell in their Browns jerseys. It's like a cartoon. So he didn't change that when Odell left. But I'm going to make my prediction right now. TikTok, this is great for you guys. I see the future. I know what the future is going to hold. I know where Jarvis Landry is going to end up, and that's going to be on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Really? I don't. Okay.
Because listen, the only reason I'm saying that is because I had strong feelings, and I was saying it for a while. Said it on multiple different TikTok live streams that Chris Godwin was going to sign with the Philadelphia Eagles. We know that he was franchise tagged, and it's a smart move for the Buccaneers.
Brady's coming back.
And Brady's coming back now, so they obviously knew something we didn't. And now with no Godwin, I think we go and get Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, I'm not in love. Like, listen, I love Jarvis Landry the person, like love him the player too. But I think from the situation that we're in, like he doesn't really put us in a win now scenario. He makes our wide receiver core a hell of a lot better, and obviously will solidify the number one, take a lot of pressure off Devontae Smith. I know. I don't think he's at this point of his career. I think he's more suited. A better spot for him would be somewhere where he can go be a perennial number two to like another star wide receiver in the league. I don't think he needs to come to Philly and be perennial number one. I don't think that really helps us. I think we have to pay a little bit for him. He'd be good here. I don't think he'd be great. I don't think he'd put us over the top. I think we kind of sit back on that. I think Chris Godwin was a person that would put us over the top because we can really build around Chris Godwin and Devontae Smith on the stretch. Jarvis Landry just kind of come to the end of his runway. I wouldn't hate the signing, but I wouldn't love it.
Yeah, because obviously we know like Miami was not the spot for him at all.
Yeah.
He dealt with multiple different quarterbacks that, again, were never a QB1. All right, 2 to go. Zach Ertz signing a 3-year deal with his hometown, the Arizona Cardinals, and still staying with the Cardinals. What do you like about that one?
A plus. You could tell from the rip that was Kyler Murray's guy. I mean, you could tell even he loved it there. You could tell it was a little different than Philly, though. They weren't getting as hype for everything he was doing, but it's all good. But I'm not hype for it. Get your bag. You deserve it, man.
You get to stay, where you grew up.
And stay, exactly, where you grew up, and just stay in a good situation. Like, I don't like seeing my guys go to shitty situations, and now like they leave the Bears and you're at the fucking Jets, you're at whatever,
Giants,
you're at the Vikings, and the Giants. I saw McNabb in the fucking Redskins jersey. Oh, my fault. In a Commanders jersey. I mean, back then it was.
Right.
But I want to see my guys in good situations. I like them there. That's A+ for me.
And then the last one we want to cover here is the Minnesota Vikings re-signing Kirk Cousins to make $35 million a year.
Yep.
So hold on a second though. We see Aaron Rodgers making 50, and Kirk Cousins is making 35 a year. What, bro? What? My thing is like, what do you guys see in him that I'm not?
A lot.
I'm giving him a C.
Why?
What do you? He's not the guy.
Why?
Kirk Cousins. I don't see Kirk Cousins as that prime time. We need Kirk to make our articulate plays in the clutch, in the clinch. And it doesn't happen. I don't see him as the guy. I liked him a lot better when he was on Washington. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
But when you came to Minnesota, you had to fight out with Keenum, and then you got your chance. And I don't see I see Minnesota as more of a trying to figure out their way of where they're going to go next. And I guess this was to try to solidify that we're not changing anybody in the QB role, and we're going to work on everything else. Because again, I think this was, in a way, for them smart because this would have done so many worse things for them if they had to go find a new quarterback on top of all the other bullshit that they got to do. I don't think Kirk Cousins is the guy, personally, but good for you, man. You're making $35 million a year. Good for you, bro.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna get into this when we talk about Embiid and Jokic, but I think Kirk Cousins gets so much unwarranted hate, and I love just as much as the next guy.
Yeah,
I love to bring up the Kirk Cousins primetime stats because I'm betting against him. But I think Kirk Cousins is a baller. You can look up the numbers. You can put him against guys like Stafford. He's not too far. I mean, Rodgers is Rodgers, but he's a couple tiers below that. He's not too far away from the top guys in the league. Look at the numbers. Production's always been there. Teams have always been shitty. I mean, honestly. I mean, if you look at the Vikings this year, I'm pretty sure they lost the most one-score games in the league. Kirk Cousins is making clutch play after clutch play, putting them in position. They're just losing the game.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm so excited and hyped to talk about fucking Kirk Cousins, but
Hey,
I think I got a soft spot in my guys that the media paints a picture of them, and then no one really stops to think like maybe I should watch a full game of them when no one's talking, or maybe I should just look at his Football Reference and be like, oh shit, 3,500 yards here, 30 touchdowns, 3,500 yards there, 4,000 yards this year. Oh, Kirk Cousins was spinning. And then if you watch a couple games with the Vikings, like look at the Bobby does to JJ. Look what he was doing with Stephon Diggs and Thielen. What he still does with Thielen. I think he's a baller. I think he's been slept on. He just fucking sucks in prime time. He just cannot.
I think that's the
Monday
narrative
night, Thursday night.
I think that's the narrative that I'm basing my side on is he's just not good in prime time.
I would love
we need him to be good.
I would love to see Kirk Cousins play in the playoffs and get like a Sunday 1 p.m. game, like for the wild card the next week, at like a Sunday 4 o'clock game. Like no prime time. He's just fucking
Keep
balling.
him outside of the 8:30 games, please. Do not have him on an NBC game with Al and Chris, which apparently is going to be breaking up. But that's another thing.